Welcome back to another episode of Penny Help Jess. Today's episode 539, and I was thinking this morning that I would do another one of those these federal wrapped penny rolls. These are the rolls that you get that are not brought in by the customers. These are brought in by the bank themselves. They order them from the Federal Reserve. And last time I went through one of these rolls, there was, if I remember correctly, six to eight. And I remember saying, oh, it was really good. We got just about as many as we do from the customer ones. And I kind of wanted to see today if that was more of a fluke. And right off the bat, even through the phone, I could see there's something going on up here on the top of the rim on the reverse. So let me look at that really quickly through the loop. And what you want to make sure is that there's no image of letters and stuff like that. Alright, and everything looks to be on the up and up. Another 91, that's odd. The last one was a 91. This one's a 91. This one also has some weird stuff going on up here in the top. You see that? Okay, well, hopefully there's some copper in here. That was kind of the 2011. Right, we got a different year. No, it looks like that, right? So I'm gonna cherry pick this. I'm gonna look for a couple that look copper. And this has some really interesting stuff. So this is copper. It's an 82. It's copper. Interesting. Surface absolutely clear, but then on the rim there's all those marks. All right, here's another copper. I cherry picked it. I looked for it. 59. First year Lincoln Memorial. Nice condition. All right, so we got ourselves an old. So I guess the point is, yeah, there is copper in these federal wrapped rolls, which is, see, this looks like copper, but probably isn't. 87. Yeah, it's not copper. Oh no, I did not put on my. Well, I'm not going to start it over again, so let's see what happens. Let me plug it in. Okay, sorry about that. You got 3 minutes of low volume. I apologize. Oh, that's too far. All right, 2020. Yeah, the hobby of penny roll hunting can get pretty complicated. Another 87. If you want it to. It could also be very simple if you want it to be. I think I fall right around the middle, where 2009, where I want to learn as much as I can about U.S. Small date pennies, right? For example, when I see a 2009, I know that on the reverse there's one of four images. When I look at a 1959, I know that that's the first year Lincoln Memorial. There's certain thing like I definitely want to have the basics down. Will I become a numismatist one day? Maybe, but that's not the goal of the channel. The goal of the channel is really for us to learn as much as possible, learn the basics at least, right? You go to school, 2017 P, and some people go on after they graduate from high school, they go to college. Some people become tradesmen. But the most important thing, right, in my opinion, that you got from going to school, man, is when you go to the grocery store, you know how to add up your change. You know, you know that if you went to the grocery store with $10 in your pocket, you know how to roughly add up what you're buying to know if you have enough money in your pocket. Imagine this isn't odd. I have to look at this. I have to look at that D under the loop. As soon as I picked it up, I was like, that's a weird color. I don't know. Yeah, the reverse definitely has this odd color to it. Like dark red, darkish, with a little red tint. The last thing you want to do is go up, imagine going to the store, filling up your shopping cart, and then going up to the counter, letting them put everything in bags and say, "Okay, sir, that's going to be $358." Oh, I only came with $4.50. Oh, no, 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 here. And you say, here you go, sir. This is what I got on me. And they're like, sir, you gave me $4.50. I just told you it was $358. Well, am I close? You know what I mean? So, you get the basics, right? You go to school when you're a kid, you learn how to read and write, you learn how to sign your name. Well, not anymore. Now you don't learn script, right? Because the U.S., our school system is crap, and they need people to work in factories. So, not that there's anything wrong with factories, but they want a lot of people to work in factories, right? So they want a lot of dummies out there. So they don't teach you how to do script. We've only done script since like a couple hundred years before the Declaration of Independence. But who cares? As long as you could, you know, put cogs into widgets, that's really all you need to know. But in my opinion, you need more than that, right? More than just showing someone your phone and saying, right? I mean, probably a lot of people today don't even know how to count, right? They just go and they show the phone, and the phone takes it out of the bank. And if it's not enough in the bank, it comes out of a credit card, and they don't know what the hell's going on. 98, we're looking for the close AM. No, we're looking for the wide AM, excuse me. The wide. So to me, that's kind of sad. Okay. So if you're one of those people, pick up a book that you can hold in your hand. Um, Stay off your phone so much, and watch my channel so you can learn about U.S. small cents. So, school teaches you hopefully how to read and write, do basic mathematics, and that's like the minimum, right? So here on the channel, that's what I hope for. I hope for the minimum. The minimum is for me to learn about small cent pennies, at least the basics. What years to look out for. What's a double die? What is What's a die clash? What's a strike through? What's misaligned die? What's off-centered? What's the difference between a shield and a Lincoln Memorial? What's the difference between a copper and a zinc cent? Indian head cent, a wheat cent, a Lincoln Memorial, and a shield. So, just to have the minimal down at minimum, look for it while penny roll hunting and see if, I find anything that's worth over a few cents. 1970. Right, so in my opinion, I know more than the basics, right? Like, um, I've been doing it long enough and reading enough literature and references to know a little bit more than the average Joe or Jane. It's another 82 copper. Might not be copper, might be zinc. Might be a dirty zinc. And to make a hobby out of it and to do channel content enough for people to listen to while they're taking a drive, enough to keep on in the background while you do your penny roll hunting as a kind of mantra, positive energy, background, help you stay focused on what you're looking for, right? Let's find those die clashes. Let's find those copper pennies. Let's find those mint states. Let's find everything that we're hoping to. In our activity. Yeah, look how high. Too bad the penny's in bad shape. As soon as I picked it up, I noticed right here on the bottom, look how high it is. Look at the space in between Lincoln and the rim. Then, of course, when we go to the top, the letters look like they're a little too close to the rim. So it looks like it's misaligned die, but I usually find the misaligned die this way and not this way. So that was pretty cool. Beautiful 2023. No extra V, but that's a pretty one. So far we found we found 5 copper pennies. That's not, I mean, for a federal rat penny roll, I mean, I got to be honest with you, I really thought there was going to be none. I stopped doing federal rat penny rolls because I thought that, well, I thought they were smart and that they would take out the copper. You know what I mean? Why would you leave copper? But I guess they got no choice. What are they going to do? Go through every single penny? You would think that they would come up with a machine that would separate maybe by weight. You know what I mean? I don't know. Under 3 grams, over 3 grams, or under 3.8 grams. Whatever, something like right down the middle, you know what I mean? And then that way, I don't know. I mean, copper's worth a lot more than zinc. All right, we're looking at the FG on this 1988. We want to make sure it does not have the flare G, which it does not. All right, right around 15 minutes. That's what I like. To me, that's the perfect timing of a penny roll hunt. And we're going to end with a nice copper cent. Has a pretty strong strike on the reverse. Nice. So we got 6 copper pennies, a 1959, a couple 2000 P's, a 2009. I mean, this is it, man. You can't really ask for more than that, in my opinion. All right. Please click like and subscribe. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. All right. This was episode 539. I will see you at episode 540.